Namaste, Sastriyakal, Adab, hello. It's been a very long time since you have seen me, guys, and I'm really sorry for that. I apologize, but I've been extremely busy with work. I have been trying to catch up with my work, my life, YouTube, so many things all at once, and it's been a little difficult. So you tend to prioritize something from which you're not making money, right? I think you got the hint. Nevertheless, I've been helping you guys through other means, even by WhatsApp, by email, wherever you have been tried to able to reach me. So in my last shots, I asked you guys to shoot questions at me regarding IBS and its admission policies or any sort of doubts that you have regarding the MBA. I got a lot of questions, not in this that shorts, but in very general sense, I've got a lot of questions. I'll be answering those questions for you in this video, and I hope it will provide you a clear mindset that whether IBS is the right choice, and if it is, what will be the life like, what will be the career like, and what will be your future looking like. So let's just start the video. I'm going with the first question, which has been asked by Anubi. So Anubi actually has two questions. First is, how is IBS Hyderabad for HR specialization? So hi Anubi, first of all. So at best, if I want to describe HR, I think HR is in a developing stage at IBS. It is not the most popular stream that is chosen by students at IBS in comparison with finance and marketing. But I would say on an average, the highest salary is being offered in this stream because the number are less and the number of companies that are coming are good in number, and the packages do are always all on the good side. So when I talk about some companies which come for HR placements, I think the big fours are very major hirings from IBS Hyderabad for HR. Now there is Vedanta Group. There are other marketing companies as well which are coming for HR placements. Uh, there have been many more firms. I think Drawing Box also is there, which provides HR solutions. So they kind of technology they kind of have the perspective of technology also when it comes to HR. So these kind of different profiles are coming for HR. Some are normal HR profiles where you have to be a campus recruiter, you have to hire people. There have been some profiles which associate with providing HCM solutions to your clients. Like like I think EY came for this profile. One of my friends is also there in this profile. Her job is to provide HCM related solutions to their clients. So these are the kind of profiles that are there for HR. In terms of average packages, I think they are always on the higher end. Vedanta offered 16 lakhs, which was a very good package at that point in time. From talking about my perspective, talking from my batch's perspective, it was a great package at that time. So I think yes, HR is developing, and I hope to see a great development in the next 3 to 4 years. So if you are joining IBS Hyderabad for HR, I think this is the time. And her second question is, does EMI get too heavy if we study on loan after graduating? So here I think it's a very personal opinion and very personal or a very specific answer to everyone. Now it all depends on, first of all, what amount of loan you are taking. So my suggestion would be, never go for 100% loan. It is not something that I suggest. Take 75% at max for the loan. Try to, if possible, try to source the rest 25% by your own pocket or by the help of your parents. It will help you bring down the principal amount, and the lower the principal, the better for you. Now here you have to keep some things in mind before you actually enter into this trap of EMI. I would call it a trap. Yes, it is a trap, because if you get this habit of paying EMIs, this is something that will be with you for a long period of time. And personally, being a banya kid, EMIs are not something that we are very happy about. So yes, you have to be smart with your choices here. I think one suggestion that I could give you, I think two suggestions that I would give you here is, first, do a very good research before you take up your loan, education loan. First thing, education loan don't need any kind of collaterals. So you don't have to worry about keeping anything with the bank. You can take any amount of loan without having a collateral. Now second is, thanks to IBS Hyderabad, it is listed in almost every bank's A category. So banks have category when it comes to colleges, and if a college is in A list category, it's easier to get loans. So thanks to IBS, it's in A list for almost all the big banks, and so it gets a very easy to get loan for IBS Hyderabad. Now, second thing is, I would here try to bring to your notice about a period known as moratorium period, which basically means that banks allow you some sort of freedom to not pay interest when you are doing your MBA or after you have completed your MBA for a specific year. So what do bank do is banks allow you to not pay interests when you are doing your MBA. For example, if I've started taken loan from my semester one itself, I've taken some loan from my bank. My bank tells me that don't pay me till you are graduated, and even after that, when you have started working for 1 year, so they ask you to paying your interest after 3 years of actually starting MBA. Now here it is a trap. What you're not realizing is they're not actually scrapping off your interest. What they are doing is whatever interest that is getting summed up for month by month for those 3 years is getting added to your principal. Like for example, if you have taken a loan of 10,000 rupees or at a 10% interest, for every month that 1,000 rupees will get added to your principal amount. So after 3 years, your principal amount will look much higher than the amount of loan you have taken from the bank. So my suggestion would be start paying your EMIs as soon as the bank starts accepting them. Don't wait for moratorium period to get over, or don't wait for it to end. Just start paying your EMIs as soon as possible. And it's not that hard to pay off your education loans as what I think, if you are very smart with your planning, because there are a lot of things here that comes into the picture. One thing is how much you are able to save. Second thing is your bonuses. My personal opinion is any big payment or big check you get from your company, directly push it to your bank. Don't even look at it from an expense perspective. So if you are smart enough, or if you have that control over yourself, it would be easier to pay off your loans. Thanks, Anubi, for the question. It was a very asked question to me, so I think I have answered a lot of people through your question. Now, now the second question I have is from Fazle Kareem. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Harshit, what do you think going HR for IBS Hyderabad? And good to see you back. Thank you so much. As I've answered Kareem, I think I have been able to answer your question as well with Anubi. So my opinion would be, if you want to go for HR, this is the time. So thanks, Fazle Kareem, for the question. Let's move to the next question, which is from Parinita Bhomik. IBS हैदराबाद में एवरेज स्टूडेंट्स को कितना पैकेज मिला एंड एचआर के लिए कितना गया, काइंडली बताइए. So I think second part of your question I've already answered, Parinita. The first part, I think average package students को कितना जा रहा है. So what I've got to hear from my juniors is that this year packages have increased almost by 30 to 40% of what our average packages stood at. So what I feel is somewhere the average package for the batch that is my next juniors, some would be somewhere around 10 and a half lakhs. That is what I feel, and I may not be correct. This is according to the estimates that I have put according to my theory. Since our average package was somewhere around 8.5, 8.6. So I think adding a 30-40% increment on that, I think somewhere around 11-ish would be the average CTC for this batch. Okay, so one more question we have is from Shubham, who says how to crack its interview and GD for Hyderabad campus. Now this has been one of the most asked question to me in recent days regarding, and I think this is the reason behind that is because a lot of you have got an interview call from IBS Hyderabad to attend its interview, which is in February. So first of all, I'll like to clear some misconceptions here. IBS Hyderabad is not offered to every student who gets a call for the interview. So there is a scheme here. The scheme, how it works is, at the end of your GDPI, through a specific metric which is not known to any of us, IBS Hyderabad calculates a specific percentile. Now what I believe as a student, as an ex-student, is that they take into consideration how your performance was in GD, how your performance was in PI, your previous education scores, like your 10th, 12th, your graduation scores, your IBSAT scores or CAT scores or NMAT scores, whatever is the way that you have entered IBS Hyderabad through. So I think they associate some weights to each of these factors and then finally draw a conclusion that how much percentile you have scored. Now, usually IBS Hyderabad is offered to all the students comfortably who are above the 80 percentile mark. At my knowledge, at the best knowledge I have is that I've seen people entering IBS Hyderabad campus with 75 percentile, but it's very, very, very unlikely that you will get IBS Hyderabad as a campus if your percentile is below 75. I'm not talking about the IBSAT percentile here. Please be assured. I'm talking about a common uh, a whole percentile which IBS Hyderabad will give you after you give its GDPI. So you'll be only able to enter if you're comfortably over 80. So try to perform well in GDPI if your academics is poor or your IBSAT score was poor. Try to do well in GDPI so that you are above the 80 percentile mark if you want to enter the Hyderabad campus. Okay. So apart from that, how to prepare for GD and PI? I think this is something that personally I would say you should not take much. You should not much worry about this. The GD is very, very, very normal, as you may have heard what a normal GD would look like, and it is exactly how a GD looks like at IBS Hyderabad as well. Usually there are 10 people in your batch who will be sitting, people would be sitting in front of each other, 5 year, and you will have some topics. The topic could be an abstract topic as well. The topic could be from current affairs as well. The topic could be from any news, any opinion based topic. So it could be anything. What I'll suggest here is just keep yourself updated with whatever is happening around you, so that you are not blurred when it comes to any topic that is related to the recent news. In abstract topics, try to frame your points in the time that you actually get. You will get 1 or 2 minutes to prepare your points. Try to frame as many points as you can. Just just be vocal. Don't just sit there. Even if you do not have any opinions, try to contribute something. And one suggestion that I would always give you whenever you are appearing for a GD is don't change sides. Never ever do that. There is no right or there is no wrong in GDs. GDs are meant for discussions. Whenever you enter a GD, don't think that the invigilator or the evaluator has is thinking that if this person says no, he's wrong. He is not thinking that. He is not thinking whether you are right or wrong. What he's trying to see is, if you say it's right, how can you justify that it's right? And if you say no, how well can you justify that yes, it's no? You have to try to convince the evaluator. Yes, like for example, if you have a topic like what my topic was, all leaders are managers, but all managers are not leaders. You have to try to convince him that this statement is either false or this statement is either true. If you are saying that this is true, stick by it. No matter if the person in front of you or your batchmate or your acquaintance is saying something else, stick by what you have stated in the first statement. Because if you change sides in group discussion, that leaves a very bad impression on the invigilator. So try to be on your side, try to defend yourself, and try to convince the invigilator that yes, if I am saying this is right, this is the reason this is right. And this is how he will be convinced. Now, talking about the second perspective, PIs are very, very chill at IBS. I thought that was the easiest personal interview I've ever given in my life. It's just an introduction, as majorly what I would say it. If you are a fresher, there is nothing much that the invigilators have to ask you. They'll just ask, what does your family do? Very basic questions about yourself. And if you have some sort of an educational background, you could expect 1 or 2 questions related to those areas. Apart from that, if you are someone who is experienced, there could be questions from your experience as well. I don't deny that. But PIs are not very challenging at IBS. They are rather more of get to know each other kind of a state rather than an actual interview. So PIs are not very complicated, but just be confident, know what you're saying. If you don't know something, Always, please remember the golden rule for any interview. If you don't know it, say no. The invigilator sitting in front of you has an experience of 30, 20 plus years. You can't fool them. We think that we can fool them. Trust me, you can never ever fool them. Even if they pretend that they're getting fooled, they will never be getting fooled. They know very well that you're trying to fool them. So if you don't know it, say no. The best thing is say no, or I'll come back at this after gaining some knowledge or whatever you want to do. But just don't answer when you don't know. So these are my questions. If you have anything else, do post it in this video. I'll try to answer those on comments. See you in the next video. Bye bye.